And what better way to start out the new year than a top 10 list of the great movies of last year? But before I do that, let me give some honorable mentions to three great movies that didn't quite make the list, but they were still good. 21 Jump Street, Pitch Perfect, and The Grey. All great movies, didn't quite make the list. So, without further ado, let's start out with number 10. Number 10 is The Amazing Spider-Man. I know some people didn't like this movie too much. I loved it. It was a great superhero movie, the best I've ever seen Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 3 never happened, so this was a great visit to Spider-Man. I can't wait to see the second one. Number 9 is a movie that I really wanted to see in theaters, but I didn't. I just watched it last night, actually, and I was just captivated by it. It's Total Recall. I know a bunch of people hated this movie, but I don't know why. I've never seen the original, so I didn't know what was coming. I was on the edge of my seat. It was just a great movie. I was very, very pleased with it. Number 8 is a movie that I saw in 3D, which I don't know if it's still out in theaters, but if you don't see it, you need to see it in 3D. It's Life of Pi. I read the book before seeing this movie, and the movie was just far superior, I thought. The 3D just enthralled me into the movie. It was just so good. The visuals, and it's just so emotional movie. It really, really pleased me. Number, hold on, 7 is one of the probably the best James Bond movies to ever be made. It's Skyfall, and this one had the best villain I've ever seen. Javier Bardem did a creepy job, and he was creepy, but great movie, Skyfall. Number 6 is Argo. This might be the one of the most exciting movies, but I don't think there's any gunfire in this whole movie, which is weird. I mean, this movie was exciting, and I didn't know how this ended because I knew it was a true story, but I didn't know how it ended, so I was just gripping my seat in the movie theater the whole time. Just really, really excited movie. Number 5 is we're back to Middle Earth, and I don't say it's better than ever, but it's a great movie, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. This is the only movie I've ever seen in IMAX 3D, and boy was it great. And no, I did not see it in 48 frames and all that. I mean, I probably wouldn't have even if I could have, but still a great movie. Number 4 is, well, a 4-year plan finally paid off, and it's The Avengers. And man, this is probably the most fun I've ever had in the theater in my life. This movie is so much fun. It was. I watched it, but the only problem I really had with it, I watched it again, and it wasn't as good as the first time, but it was still good. Number 3 is, I think, maybe Disney's best animated movie they ever did, and that's Wreck-It Ralph. Man, was this movie great. It was funny. It had a ton of heart. This movie has had a bunch of heart. And that's what the other anime movies I think this year were lacking, was a heart. But this movie had it, and it was great. Now, hold on. I have a list right here. I know y'all probably know that, but I have 2 and 1. I have what I'm gonna say. Number 2 is I have written number 1. So let's just crumble this up. Number 2 is The Dark Knight Rises, which I know is probably a bunch of people's number 1, but I couldn't do it. But it was such a good movie. Had it number 1 on my list, but I had to change it at the last second. It's number 2. Great movie. Christopher Nolan, you have yet to disappoint. And number 1 is a movie that I was excited to go see, but I did not expect what it gave me, and that is Looper. This movie was smart. It's the best time travel movie I've ever seen. And no, I haven't seen Back to the Future, but it's the best one I've ever seen. So, do you agree on my list? Do you have any of yours that's on my list? Comment below. Let me know. Give me your top 10. I'll read them. I'll read them all. And please subscribe to my channel. I'll have my first official movie review probably January 11th for Zero Dark 30. And then wait until January 25th and then give you the Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. And then I'll give it to you every weekend after that. So please subscribe to my channel down below and like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.